Rooted in nature, exploring earth-based nutrition for optimal health in an era dominated by convenience foods and industrialized agriculture, returning to our roots through earth-based nutrition offers profound benefits for physical well-being, mental clarity, and planetary sustainability. Unlike modern diets laden with additives and preservatives, earth-based nutrition emphasizes unprocessed, nutrient-dense foods grown in harmony with nature's cycles. This approach prioritizes seasonal vegetables, heirloom grains, wild-caught fish, pasture-raised meats, and plant-based proteins sourced locally whenever possible. By reconnecting with ancestral dietary patterns, we unlock a wealth of nutrients often missing in today's ultra-processed fare. The science behind earth-based diets. Modern scientific research increasingly supports the superiority of natural, minimally processed foods over industrially produced alternatives. Studies show that whole foods contain complex phytonutrients, antioxidants, and fiber that work synergistically to support cellular function and disease prevention. Clinical trials consistently demonstrate lower inflammation markers in individuals who consume primarily homegrown or locally sourced produce. These findings suggest that traditional agricultural practices yield more bioavailable nutrients than contemporary mass production methods. Natural synergy. Earth-grown foods retain intricate nutrient profiles that remain intact when consumed together rather than isolated in supplements. Sustainable sourcing. Local soil microbiomes contribute unique mineral compositions that enhance food quality beyond standard nutritional guidelines. Eco-friendly cultivation. Regenerative farming techniques actually increase soil fertility while reducing carbon footprints associated with transportation and packaging. Diverse components of earth-based nutrition. A truly holistic diet embraces the full spectrum of nature's bounty. This includes leafy greens harvested before bolting, tubers dug fresh from the ground, legumes thrived in rich compost soils, and fruits ripened naturally on trees rather than forced early harvesting. Wild edibles play an especially vital role. Dandelion greens, stinging nettle, purslane, and other plants once considered weeds now recognized as powerhouses of vitamins A, C, and K. Incorporating these overlooked resources expands dietary variety while supporting ecosystem biodiversity. The role of microbiome diversity. Soil composition directly influences gut microbial diversity through the soil microbe-human axis theory. Research published in Nature Ecology and Evolution shows that consuming foods grown in biodiverse soils correlates with enhanced intestinal flora populations. Microbial cultures present in unpasteurized fermented foods further augment digestive resilience. These beneficial microbes aid in nutrient absorption, boost immune response, and regulate metabolism in ways that synthetic probiotics cannot replicate effectively. Comparative nutritional value. Processed foods undergo extensive modifications that strip away essential nutrients while adding artificial substances. In contrast, earth-based foods maintain their original biochemical integrity through minimal handling and preservation. Data from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health reveals that ultra-processed products account for nearly 60% of average daily caloric intake in developed nations. This statistic highlights the urgent need for dietary realignment towards more authentic food sources. Vitamin density analysis. An independent study comparing organically grown tomatoes to conventional counterparts found 28% higher levels of vitamin C, 20% more calcium, and significantly increased lycopene concentrations in regeneratively farmed specimens. Fish caught from pristine waters containing omega-3 fatty acids offer heart protective benefits absent in farm-raised alternatives. Similarly, grass-fed beef provides conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, shown to reduce body fat accumulation. Mental health benefits of natural diets. Emerging evidence links processed food consumption with rising rates of depression and anxiety disorders. Conversely, diets rich in antioxidant-rich whole foods appear to protect against neurodegenerative conditions and cognitive decline. Phytochemical compounds found exclusively in plant-based foods exhibit anti-inflammatory properties that benefit brain function. For example, curcumin in turmeric has demonstrated neuroprotective effects comparable to certain pharmaceutical drugs. Bioavailability enhancements. Minerals absorbed from natural foods differ fundamentally from those delivered via fortified beverages and tablets. Whole foods contain cofactors that facilitate better utilization of micronutrients during digestion processes. Selenium in Brazil nuts remains biologically active due to its natural protein matrix, whereas selenium-enriched water may not provide equivalent systemic benefits because of altered chemical bonding structures. Environmental impact considerations. The choice between earth-based nourishment and industrial food systems carries significant ecological consequences. Traditional growing methods sequester carbon dioxide, while modern agribusiness operations release substantial greenhouse gases. Data from the Food and Agriculture Organization indicates that livestock raised conventionally contributes approximately 14.5% of global anthropogenic emissions. Transitioning towards sustainable animal husbandry models could mitigate this concern substantially. Water conservation strategies. Precision irrigation techniques used in small-scale farming conserve up to 90% more water than monoculture crop systems employing flood or sprinkler methodologies. Drip irrigation ensures optimal moisture delivery without excessive waste. Regenerative practices like cover cropping also improve soil retention capabilities, reducing runoff losses by up to 50%. This creates positive feedback loops, enhancing both crop yields and freshwater conservation efforts simultaneously. Economic aspects of sustainable eating. While initial costs may seem prohibitive, investing in local, seasonally available foods ultimately proves more economical than relying on year-round imports and processed goods requiring energy-intensive manufacturing. Community-supported agriculture programs allow consumers to access fresher products at reduced prices while fostering direct relationships with farmers dedicated to environmentally responsible cultivation. Long-term cost savings. Although premium-priced superfoods receive much media attention, everyday earth-based ingredients like onions, garlic, lentils, and potatoes provide exceptional nutritional value at remarkably low costs. Cooking meals from scratch instead of purchasing ready-made options reduces grocery expenses dramatically. Meal prepping with bulk purchased staples results in overall savings of 30 to 40% compared to fast food expenditures. Transitioning to earth-based living. Adopting this lifestyle necessitates gradual changes rather than abrupt shifts. Begin by incorporating one new locally sourced ingredient weekly while decreasing reliance on packaged convenience items incrementally. Explore cooking classes focusing on heritage cuisines that emphasize slow-prepared, plant-forward dishes. Learning fermentation techniques enables creation of healthy condiments from basic raw materials. Building culinary skills. Invest time mastering fundamental preparation methods like steaming, roasting, and dehydrating. These skills open doors to creating delicious meals using simple, natural ingredients rather than depending on flavor enhancers. Experimentation with diverse herbs and spices cultivated in home gardens or purchased wholesale adds immense flavor complexity without resorting to artificial additives. Growing kitchen garden allows year-round access to aromatic aromatics. Addressing common misconceptions. Some believe earth-based diets lack sufficient protein or essential fats. However, carefully selected combinations of legumes, seeds, oily fish, and avocados easily supply complete amino acid profiles along with balanced macronutrient ratios. Concerns about food safety stemming from non-industrial processing are largely unfounded. Proper storage techniques and thorough cleaning protocols ensure freshness and eliminate risks typically associated with improper handling. Navigating modern challenges. Urban dwellers face additional barriers accessing fresh produce. Solutions include joining CSA initiatives, visiting farmers markets regularly, and utilizing rooftop gardens where feasible. Community kitchens sometimes host shared meal programs featuring earth-based cuisine. Digital platforms enable discovery of local farms practicing regenerative principles online. Social networks connect consumers directly with producers committed to transparent, ethical growing standards. The future of Earth-centric feeding. As climate change intensifies, embracing resilient, localized food systems becomes imperative for human survival and ecological balance. Innovations in vertical farming and aquaponics promise expanded accessibility to nutritious, sustainably grown foods regardless of geographical constraints. Educational institutions must integrate earth-based nutrition into curricula, teaching future generations about responsible consumption patterns that honor both personal health and environmental stewardship obligations. Conclusion: choosing earth-based nutrition represents a powerful act of self-care and planetary responsibility. It connects us to ancient wisdom while aligning with cutting-edge science, proving the healing potential of natural foods prepared mindfully. Begin today by making one conscious food choice rooted in Earth's abundance. Whether selecting heirloom varieties or simply preparing meals using fresh ingredients, every step forward fosters greater vitality for yourself and future generations.